Morocco's passport has added more countries than almost anyone since 2015, jumping from 58 to 86 destinations. That's one of the biggest climbs of the decade, only trailing places like China and the UAE. This is part 8 of my series ranking every passport in the world. Number 72 is Morocco and Malawi. Even though it's Africa's most visited country, Moroccans still face tough visa hurdles, especially in Europe. But behind the scenes, the passport is steadily gaining ground. In 2015, it had access to only 58 destinations. Now that number is up to 86 and climbing. Malawi is one of the poorest countries in Africa, and its limited global influence and diplomatic presence make it hard to negotiate widespread visa-free agreements. Number 71 is the Dominican Republic, Indonesia, and Eswatini. Even though tons of Dominicans live abroad and tourism is a big part of the economy, the passport still struggles. It really comes down to weak international agreements and a long history of people leaving the country to move to places like the US or Europe. Indonesia might have the most colorful passport map we've seen yet. There's solid access across Southeast Asia, surprisingly strong reach into South America, and even a decent spread throughout Africa and Oceania. As one of Africa's last remaining monarchies, Eswatini hasn't made a lot of international travel deals. It's a tiny country landlocked within South Africa without a ton of embassies around the world, which makes the passport less useful. Number 70 is Lesotho. Lesotho's passport doesn't go very far, mostly because the country relies heavily on South Africa and hasn't built up strong travel agreements of its own. Still, it does offer visa-free access to a few surprising places like Japan, Hong Kong, and Macau. Number 69 is Suriname. Suriname's passport flies under the radar, but it actually does pretty well across South America, East Asia, and the Caribbean. You can visit places like Japan, China, and most of South Africa visa-free. Honestly, not bad for one of the smallest countries in the Americas. Number 68 is Bolivia. Bolivia has had a long, turbulent political history, including military coups and ongoing instability. It's also one of South America's more isolated economies, which honestly has hurt its ability to make travel agreements. But it has incredible mobility around its continent. Number 67 is Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is one of the most stable countries in Central Asia, but its passport is weighed down by post-Soviet travel restrictions, visa concerns, and a slow diplomatic rollout beyond its region. Number 66 is Thailand. Thailand's passport is surprisingly average for a country with huge global tourism pull. Most of Europe, North America, and Australia still requires visas, but it does surprisingly well across Asia, especially Southeast and East Asia. You've got easy entry to places like Japan, South Korea, and most of South America, and some parts of Africa too, but its global reach is still held back by immigration controls in wealthier regions. Thanks for watching part 8, I'll see you in part 9.